Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Big Air 01 coming at you with another video on my 2008 Double Eagle 176. In this video we're going to install, and I'll give you a review at the very end, of the Intellisteer Type S that I bought. I'm really excited wanting to get one of these remote steerings. I do a lot of fishing by myself and it's such a hassle to not have somebody steering the boat while I'm fighting the fish or vice versa. So now I'll be able to do it all by hand at the back of the boat if all goes well. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Okay, so I've got all my parts on the bench here, and then I've got the cable as well. I had to order a new cable because I've got a rack and pinion steering, so I'm changing this out completely. So this is the Intellisteer wireless steering system. It's for the Type S, so Type S means it's a straight shaft. There's no tilt on it. It's a cable steering, and that's why I had to get a new cable, because that one's not going to be quite long enough, and it's meant for this unit here. It came with some adapters if you have some different cables, but it came with the steering lock and the little key there, and then it came with its own bevel and new bevel, even a thing that you wanted to drill out your dash if you wanted to. And of course this is the bell of the ball. It's basically the receiver. You got to hook it up to your system. This can be used on autopilots, but I don't have an autopilot, so it's just going to be hooked up by itself. It comes with a remote, and it came with a bunch of connectors and screws and even a fuse, which not a lot of products you buy nowadays come with its own fuse holder and everything, so I'll have all that to put together in a couple lanyards. So some of the tools, you're going to need some basic tools to do this project, and I'll show the best I can, given some time, how I actually put it together. Also, you're going to need some grease at the very end to grease up your cables. So hopefully it goes smoothly. I've never done this before, so this will be my first time. Okay, so the first part we're going to do is we're going to take apart the steering wheel. We got to get it off first. Most steering wheels, I'm sure, will be quite similar to this. Well, so much for the simple tools. I've got a puller here that we're going to try and get this off, because I wasn't able to pull it by hand. Alright, I got it off. It was quite a ordeal. I ended up having to use a puller. You basically have it on there like that, and I basically had this in the center, and while I was just doing a little bit at a time, I'd stick the screwdriver and I just pry it off. Obviously I used a little bit of WD-40 to help with the removal of it. I finally got it off. Don't forget, don't lose this key right here. And then there should be some Phillips in there that we're going to take off this. Okay, there's 3 bolts to undo it here. Okay, so the next step, now that I've got the steering all unhooked up there, and you can see the rack and pinion just hanging there. It's all riveted together, so you can't take it out. You got to take it out as one big cable. So I'm gonna go under the gunnel here and undo all the zap straps or cut them all, and then I'll try to pull it from this end or from that end. Pull it this way back through, and then we'll run the new line through. First, we're going to undo the steering. Okay, so now all I have to do is take the cable out and put the new one in. So I'm putting a little bit of grease inside here, and I'll grease up the shaft. I'll just tighten it back up. Okay, so I've got it all. All I have to do is hook up, that'll do that last. I'll hook up that, and then the cables run though. And as you can see, it's all loose right now. But the next part we're going to do is we're actually going to install the steering column. I think I bought a cable that might be a foot too long, so I might have to push some of the I think I can make it work, so it's better to be a little bit too long than too short. Okay, so as you can see, I just need to round this out a tiny bit at the bottom to get that through there. Alright guys, yesterday was a bit of a gong show, but today is a new day. I was having a lot of troubles routing the cable, which you can see is a little bit too long. It's hanging down a bit there, and if I'm going to show you underneath the dash what it sort of looks like, but I'll give you a rundown what I pretty much had to do. I had to take it out a bunch of times to try to get it to fit in here, move some wiring and all that stuff. So I found the camera was constantly in the way. So basically, we got this plate mounted. We had to drill 2 holes here and then basically carve out a little bit so this piece could come through. And then we had to hook up the cable, which it's really easy to use the steering wheel. You just basically put the key back in and just basically use the steering wheel to help thread the cable in. So we'll go underneath the dash here, and so I was having troubles because as you can see, it's like right up against the wall there, so it's going to be a tight one. But so I had to use the adapter. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but the adapter for this cable, because it was the wrong cable for this Intellisteer. But it does come with an adapter that you can use, which I ended up having to do. So that's what I had to do. So you have to take these bolts out here on both sides, both for that one and that one, and then put the adapter in and put this plastic piece in. And this plastic piece is just to help the cable from not catching on things the whole time you're steering it. And so then you put the bolts back in, and it basically locks this piece in, and it locks that piece in up in here. And otherwise it was somewhat simple. And then, you know, I wish I bought a 16-foot cable, but I bought a 17-foot cable, so I had to make it work. And then in here, it's all hooked back up. I had to unhook it already again once just to kind of make it work, but I'll show you sort of it working. And put the key back in, and then you just thread the steering wheel over top, and you can see that it's working again. And it's got its full motion, which is good. So now I guess the next thing we need to do is hook up the power and do all that down underneath the dash. So okay, so we are about ready to install this, but first off I just wanted to kind of go through the wiring setup. So the instructions say that the red and black are basically to go to your power, so you need to find some power underneath your dash for that. And the yellow wire, the yellow green, the brown, and I think it's the pink here. These 4 wires are used for auto steering. So we're gonna basically cut all of these off and tape them off because I don't have an auto pilot on this boat. So that's what you would use if you had a autopilot. So we just have a standalone. So we're just gonna use these 4 wires plus those 2 wires. So what I'll do is I'll cut these ones off and tape them up. Okay, so the instructions basically say that here, I'll put them up here. If you look, the blue to the red wire. So the blue wire on the receiver goes to the red wire on the drive. So the drive is connected to your steering wheel. So for that, we're going to use a little thicker 14 to 16. The blue goes to the red, the green, so this green wire goes to the black on the controller. The orange wire goes to the white wire on the drive. The green on the drive goes to the purple. Okay, now I'm going to heat shrink all of these together. Here's the fuse. So this is 12 gauge wire. I'm going to have to probably extend the black one a little bit. I've got some extra black wire from my raw water install, so I'm going to this positive should be fine for length. They didn't come with these connectors, so these ones are on your own. You're gonna have to find connectors that you connect to your own positive terminals, but I have obviously a whole supply of these. And these heat shrink are really nice because they seal right up, as you can see, and they don't let any water in. So I'm going to try to keep it about the same length as this in total. Okay, now we just need to mount it and hook up the positive and the negative. I've shut my power off so I don't short circuit anything, and again I have a power outlet at the back of the boat that has a shut off, so that's how I control the power on the boat. And right now it's shut off, so that bus bar that I'm hooking up to, which I'll show you here in a second, has no power to it. Alright, as you can see, I've got it mounted in here now. It's out of the way. I've got the autopilot ones, which we don't need anymore, they're taped off. These are connected to these 4 wires are connected to the drive itself. We've got our positive and our negative right there. So that's the positive, that's the negative. And now we should be able to test it out and then attach the steering wheel and clean up all this wiring, and then maybe get out in the ocean and give her a try. Cross my fingers, hopefully I hooked it up right. I had a good little chuckle. There was a little note in one of the bags that says AA batteries are not included. Thankfully I had some at home. So we're going to install the batteries, and there's 2 screws in the back of this that you're going to install the batteries in. Okay, here's the moment of truth. I've turned my power back on, and I've got the remote with the batteries in it, and let's see if this thing works. So you're going to hit the button. You can hear it click underneath the dash. It's going left like I want it to. And then we're going to go right. Awesome. It's working. And when you want to disengage it, you just go the opposite way to disengage, so you can manually do it on the clutches. Because otherwise it'll still be hooked up, so you just go the opposite way. So now we're going to reinstall the steering wheel and button up all the wiring, and then we'll hit the road or hit the ocean and see if we can't catch some fish, and see if I can and have fun with this Intellisteer. Okay, we got a fish on. It's only a little jack. Normally I'd be running back to the bow. Now I can control it from here. So as you can see, it's even handy. I'm by myself. I'm just controlling the downriggers, and I can steer the boat by myself. No problem. Another one on here. This one's got some decent weight to it. Fishing 200 feet now, so it's a ways. Green flasher with a cop car spoon. Oh, I got another one on the other line. Son of a bitch. Well, it's a string. It's probably going to be too small. Let that guy go. Get the next one here. Chaotic. I
last one was barely legal. It was 62 centimeters. This one's got some weight to it compared to the last one. Pretty good current here. Where it fishes like fishing the river almost. That's how narrow the narrows are here. It gets pretty narrow through here. This one here for sure will be a keeper. That last one I probably could have kept, but I left it. I wouldn't mind fishing a little bit longer. I'm only allowed to keep 2, so. This one though, I mean, if I can get it in, more than likely we'll be keeping it. Oh yeah, he's got a good run to him. Gotta let him run, you don't want to pull the hook out. And the reason why I haven't killed the motor yet is because I want to keep some pressure on it until he's close to the boat, and then I'll kill the motor. There we go. Decent fish. This one's a keeper. All right, guys. Here you have it. Nice little fish, eh? Probably about a 15, maybe a 14-pound spring. Double header. Got them both in the boat. Let the other one go. So. Put this one in the fish locker. Geez, guys, I got another one on. Just another little one. Release this guy. Another one on. Another decent weight one. Coming towards the boat. I'm having too much fun, peeps. Oh, he's gone. Put the rod down for a second. Another one. Oh yeah, this is a good one. There we go. I'm gonna reel in the other one, get it out of the way. All right, still on here. This is a nice fish. Here comes the surface. Way back there. We can see it way back there. Swimming towards the boat. That feels bigger than the last one. He's angry. Oh, this guy's got some weight to him. Holy cow! God, there's no one around. This is a big fish though. nice fish in the boat. Another nice fish, a little smaller than the other one, but it fought good.